and I'm back with another video, and I want to say that I apologize because I didn't do Vlogmas. I know I messed up. I know I only did like the second day. I am so sorry. My schedule is pretty tight right now that I need to like do other things like school and like doing this and that. Like today I had my SAT. It's a lot going on in school right now, so I had to focus on school first, but I truly apologize. I'm gonna be doing it next year though. I pinky promise I'm gonna do it next year. I pinky promise. And also I want to say that before we get too much into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. Join the Vanessa crew, babies. Yay. But let's get right into this video. Hey y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna be telling the story time of my traumatizing time trying to come back home. We had a few little difficulties in between this thing, and it was over something that just didn't even make any type of sense. It didn't, like, it was just retarded. But anyways, we're gonna start off from the beginning. November 20th, it was on a Friday. We left to Mexico. We went from Jacksonville. We had to drive to Jacksonville, and from Jacksonville, the airport, we went to Houston, and from Houston we went to Mexico, right? So that was, we got there. Everything was cool. Okay, we got to the airport at Jacksonville, right? We're getting our boarding passes. We're getting everything ready, whatever. Okay, so we also had to leave due to an emergency. So it was an emergency. We had to travel. So, okay, so he's checking my passport, whatever. He's checking it, right? He's like, oh, her passport is expired. My dad was like, is it any problem? She can still travel because due to an emergency, we have to leave. He was like, let me call. So he called a number, and there was like, okay, she can't leave the country, but she has to call a number to make sure she can come back in. But there's no problem that she leaves. So my dad was like, okay, there's no problem, you can leave, whatever. I was still scared because I'm like, what if I can't come back? Oh, let me tell the people that are watching me from Mexico what I'm talking about. Okay. Estoy haciendo la historia que cuando fui a México y casi ya no pude regresar. So esta es la historia de qué pasó y todo eso. Y voy a tratar de hablar inglés y español, pero ustedes ya saben la historia. So okay, so back to what I was saying. So he's like, you guys should call this number. He gave me a paper. He gave me this paper. We traveled with United Airlines, as you can see. We traveled with them, and they gave me a number that you can call, and I don't really think it's a problem that I show y'all the number, but you see, he even boxed it. That's the number that we were supposed to call that night. So we called, they didn't answer. We called, they didn't answer. We kept calling, they never answered the phone. So we was like, okay, he said it's no problem, but we go through security or whatever. So then I asked the lady, I'm like, I have a question. My passport is expired. We have to leave due to an emergency, and I want to know if it's okay, if there's not going to be any problems me trying to come back in to the United States. She was like, she's like, no, it's okay. Like, your passport can be expired for a year. So we was like, okay, we're good. I'm calm. I'm like, okay, I'm calm. Because I was like, I told my mom and dad, I was like, you might as well leave me here because I don't want to go and then not be able to come back. Like, no, just leave me here. He was like, no, it's going to be fine. You're underage anyways, so I can't just leave you. Whatever. Okay, so no problems, everything's good. We arrived to Mexico like it's nothing. There's the man that stamps your passport, you know. So we go, he's like, oh, her passport is expired. My dad was like, yeah, we know we had to come for an emergency, but they told us that it was okay. He was like, oh, I don't know what to tell you about that. He was like, I don't know, but I'm just telling you that her passport is expired. So he's like, but I can't stamp it if it's expired here in Mexico. So he was like, does it make it any difference? He was like, no, it don't. So, okay, so he doesn't stamp it. We leave the airport. We just spend our days there, whatever. So, November, by the way, if you haven't watched that video, you should go watch it. It's going to be in the link in the description down below. Go click it. It's an amazing, great video. So, you can kind of somewhat experience how Mexico is or how I lived my few days over there. So, go watch it. Anyways, so... okay, so now, Wednesday, November 27th, we had to be at the airport by 9 in the morning, right? So our plane took off at 12. Yeah, our plane took off at 12 to arrive to Atlanta. From Atlanta, we was going to come to Savannah. So, okay, so we're at the airport. We're getting our boarding passes, and... the lady was like, okay, my mom can get her boarding pass, my dad can get his boarding pass, my brother can get his boarding pass, but I can't. She was like, she can't get her boarding pass because her passport is expired, but you can go to the immigration office to get a stamp of approval that she can leave the country. So my dad was like, okay, so we go to the lady. She's like, no, we don't do stamps here. Like, we don't do stamps. You have to go downtown and get the stamp downtown. And downtown and the airport is like pretty far. It's like super far. And my dad was like, no, but we gotta leave today. Also, to renew my passport in Mexico would take days to renew it, like maybe like 2 weeks. So we couldn't do that. So my dad was like, we can't do that, like we gotta leave today, so can I just get the stamp? She was like, no, like there's no such a thing of a stamp. She lied and said there's no such a thing of a stamp. So we go back to the lady. She's like, I can't give you the boarding pass because her passport expired. So we go back out. We talked to the federal police that was like roaming around the airport. So he was like, I can't really do anything, that's not my job, and blah blah blah. So he was like, but try talking to them a little bit nicer, because in Mexico there's like these little rude, picky little persons, you know. Hispanic people always have an attitude for the most part, but he was like, talk to them more calmly. So my dad even kneeled down because the window was like this small, so like they're talking over here and the little wind crack is like down here. So they're like, what? So you gotta like kneel down and like talk and try to go like that so you can see them. So my dad was like, can I please get the stamp? Like, help me out here. Like, I just can't leave her by herself. We have to go back home. She's gonna miss school. We live over there. We're residents from the United States. We gotta leave. Like, can you just please give us a stamp? She said, no, we don't give stamps to, we don't give stamps. We only give them to tourist people or whatever. So she was like, and they pay for it. So my dad was like, how much is it to get the stamp? Like, how much do I have to pay you so you can stamp it? So she took it the wrong way and thought my dad was offering her money. And she was like, oh, most definitely you're not getting no stamp and blah, blah. And then she got up and told the security man, was like, get this man out the office. He's offering money and blah 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 blah. Like, she made a whole scene, right? I'm sitting there like, are you serious? Like, you making a whole scene. So my dad was like, what? I'm not even offering you money. Like, I just asked you how much is a stamp. She's like, get out, get out, get out. Like, she made a whole scene. So the security guy was like super, super nice. Like, he was super nice. So we had to walk out. He came behind us and was like, oh, look, there's two other offices. One at the other airport, which was terminal 1. We was in terminal 2. So we had to travel to the first one. But we had to take a train there. But since I didn't have my boarding pass, I couldn't go. So my dad was the one that went. He went into the little office. He came out. They told him, no, we don't do stamps either here, whatever. But there was like, you can wait till like 9 or 10. I think it was 10 to wait for the supervisor so you can talk to her and tell her to help you out and blah, blah, blah. So he was like, no, but our flight is going to take off and stuff like that. He was like, I'm sorry, I can't really do nothing about it and blah, blah, blah. So, long story short about this retarded ass stamp. Nobody wanted to stamp my passport because then they were going to get fined. That stamp cost like millions, thousands of dollars to them, supposedly, but they don't want to take in charge in case I have a problem here at the airport and they tell me who stamped it. They weren't supposed to do that. So then they were going to get a fee for $1,000 and blah blah. Nobody wanted to take the blame. The immigration office didn't want to take the blame. Neither did the airline. So nobody wanted to stamp my airport at the end of the day. So what we had to do is get a plane ticket to Ciudad Juarez, which is closer to the border. It's closer to the border, and that's the only way I was going to be able to come back in. That's what they told us because my passport was expired. But at the border, they just asked for your green card, your visa, or anything like you need to get in to the United States. That's what they ask for. They don't ask for passports because a passport is only when you just travel, like on a plane. So, okay, so we went to Ciudad Juarez and I got the tickets. I got the plane tickets. Well, they look like receipts. Well, they are receipts. But, you can see, like, it says from Mexico to Ciudad Juarez. You see, and it says, okay, it says November 27th. Y'all can see. And where's the time? Okay, so that's the departing time, which was 4:30. And let me tell y'all, everything happened to us that day. Everything happened to us because it was around like 12. Yeah, let me skip back a little bit. So my mom and my brother left. They left. So it was just me and my dad. Okay, so we bought the tickets, right? So the funny story behind this is that it was like around, like, I'm gonna say like around 1. Yeah, it was around 1. So we was hungry. We was like just hungry, so we had to go get food. But my dad didn't have any more cash, pesos as you call them over there, and his credit cards don't work over there. So we was like running low on money, and we had to wait till my mom got back home, which she wasn't gonna get back home until like late, like 7-8 o'clock at night, for her to send us money. So my dad was picking at his phone, his bank account. He finally was able to send himself money to his other card that he's able to use in Mexico. So okay, we're eating whatever. So we're getting ready to go to Ciudad Juarez. It was like 3. We got there like no, it was like 2. 2. It was 2 o'clock. We got there like 2 hours early just in case another little silly thing happened or I wasn't able to travel again. But she's like, okay, let me see your receipt. So she looked at them, put it in the computer. She's like, you bought them for tomorrow, which was the 28th. My dad was like, no, I bought it for today. She was like, no, you bought it for tomorrow. And my dad was like, I told your partner. And we started looking around. This man was gone. I guess he was on break or something. And we're like, we told your partner that we wanted co-worker that we wanted it for today. And she was like, I'm sorry, you should have checked your stuff and blah blah blah. So we was like, can we talk to your supervisor so we can change the ticket? So we talked to him, blah blah blah. He's like, okay, you can change it, but you gotta pay more because of the difference of today's how much it costs from tomorrow. So my dad was like, okay. So that was like another 100 pesos, whatever. So we had to pay that. So then we finally got these. Okay, we finally got these, whatever. So then we boarded. Everything was good. The plane was good. The plane ride was good. A little too shaky, but everything was good. Okay, so now we got to Ciudad Juarez. We got to Ciudad Juarez, a little tiny little airport. That Ciudad Juarez is like a really other ghetto part, side bad part. So the airport was small. It was kind of like dirty. It was cold. It was raining. It was just horrible. Okay, so we got there. Now we had to find a bus or a taxi. There was no more taxi, so we got a bus to the border, right? To get past to go to the El Paso. So we got the tickets, the bus tickets, and here's the bus tickets. Let me see. You see, okay, so November 27th, we got to Ciudad Juarez so this was the time, 7:20 was the time the bus was going to be there to take us. We actually got at the airport at 7 o'clock. Yeah, 7 o'clock, and the bus took off at 7:20, 7:30ish. So we got there good on time, and that was the last bus of the night. The other bus was gonna come tomorrow, so we got there at a good time. Okay, so we're on the bus or whatever, and I'm gonna insert a little picture of us on the bus. Bing. So that was us on the bus, as you can see. It was not a comfortable bus, and it was cold and raining. But before we got on the bus, we was outside in the rain waiting for this bus to come. We only had one blanket. I had a jacket. No, I had a long sleeve shirt, some leggings, my Crocs, and a jacket. My dad had a shirt. He had 2 jackets because he brought 2 jackets too. And we only had one blanket, so my dad just was like, just keep it. Mind you, I was like, so like, I don't know, I was scared the whole time. Like, I wanted to cry. I was scared. I was like really scared. And my dad was frustrated. He was like arguing with everybody. He was just frustrated. And he saw that how I was scared, and I guess he just like calmed down, because he kept asking me. He was like, are you okay? And I'm like, yes. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. But I really wasn't. I was not okay. Like, I was scared. Like, I was just freaking out. Like, it's very scary, bro. Okay, moving on. So we got to the bus. The bus ride from the airport to the border was 2 hours, an hour and a half, really. But we stayed in the line for like the longest. And I'm gonna insert a little video that I took while we was on the bus waiting for the line to move on so we can get to the border. So you guys can see that. So you guys saw the video. It was pretty long. There was so many cars there. You can also walk the bridge. There's like a bridge on the side, and I'm gonna insert a video of the people walking. As you can see people walking with their luggage coming from Mexico to El Paso. You just like walk the bridge and boom, you're there. But there is security, so you can't just walk across it, because then everybody would come down here. So yeah, so we was on the bus, so we couldn't get off, so we had to wait in the line. We had to get off and go to ICE, the actual, you would say, border patrol people, and it was like 4 of them, and it was pretty late. Around this time, I believe it was probably like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, or yeah, 9 or 10. And no, I lied, it was later. It's like it was probably like 10ish or 11ish. I'm not sure. Not really sure, so I'm not really positive on the time, because I wasn't really checking the time, but it was pretty late. But anyways, there was like 4 officers there. My dad was like, if they ask us for a passport, because there was this lady on the bus, we asked her if they asked for passports. She was like they didn't used to ask for passports, but now they do, since they like fake their little Visa cards just to get in to El Paso. That's what they do, like they like a fake ID. So she was like, now they do check passports, and we freaked out, because we're like, what the heck, bro? Like, we came all the way over here because they told us that they don't check passports, and now you're telling me they check passports. Like, my heart dropped, like it just dropped. Like, I'm like, I guess I'm staying here for like almost a month, bruh. Oh, my heart had just dropped. So we're like, okay, don't freak out. Okay, so we got off the bus. We're going to the little people. Like I said, there was 4 little border patrol people. So we got a nice one. We did get a nice one, because he was like, okay, like we were like, good night, blah blah. He was like, identification. So we gave him our green card. He checked them. He's like, what do you guys have in the luggage? Because we got 2 little carry-on bags, mine and my dad's, but we didn't have anything but clothes, like old, like dirty clothes that we used in the past days. So we're like, clothes. And he was like, okay. And he was like, just stand there for a picture. He took our pictures. He's like, okay, you can go on. So we left, and then they like checked like our little luggage or whatever, and then we had to wait a little bit. We had to wait for the bus to come get us again, and while we was waiting, we was like just waiting outside in the cold. It was super cold. I had to use the restroom, so I went to the restroom. These restrooms look like jail restrooms. Like, they look like jail restrooms, and I'm gonna insert a video. And I'm sorry it's short, but it was telling me no cameras, no recording, no none of that. So I didn't want to get in trouble and tell me, oh, you can't leave now, so go back. Like, I was scared because I heard the officer coming, and I think you can hear it in the video. So I cut it off fast, but here's the video. So you guys can see the video. The restrooms were like jail restrooms. No doors, no nothing. Couldn't even flush the toilet. So my dad was waiting outside for me, so I finally like peed, whatever. So I came out, it was so cold and it was raining. So, but we finally made it to El Paso. We was like, okay. We got back on the bus. We drove to the airport. The airport wasn't far away, so we got to the airport. We called Delta to see if they had any plane tickets to go to Savannah, So we got a ticket. We did get tickets from El Paso to Savannah, but we had to make a stop in Atlanta. So we was like, okay, that's fine. Like, we're finally in United States. I'm more calm. I'm like, okay, I'm in El Paso. I'm home now. I'm like, I feel home. Like, I'm home now, kind of. So we bought the tickets. So I'm going to show you guys the tickets. So, where's that? Okay. Oh, so then, this was the next day. My bad. I forgot to say that. So that was on the 27th. Yeah, the 27th. We got to the airport like around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. We was at the airport at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning of El Paso's airport. So we got the plane ticket for the 28th, which was the 28th was on that Thursday, Thanksgiving. And we got our tickets. You can see from El Paso to Atlanta, and let me see, I don't think it has the time of it here. Doesn't keep showing how much dad's tickets. It doesn't have a time here, but our plane was supposed to take off at, let me remember. Our plane was supposed to take off at 5 in the morning. Yeah. At 5 in the morning. Oh, yeah. It says it right here. At 5:20, the plane was supposed to take off to Atlanta. So we was like, okay, that's good. We have not gotten sleep. We have not showered. It was just nasty. It was nasty. Like, we got to the airport at Mexico at like 8 o'clock. Yeah, we got there like at 8 o'clock. It currently, my story time right now, it is at 2 in the morning. We got at El Paso's airport 2 in the morning from 8 in the morning. So that's like a big difference. A whole freaking day. We have not gotten sleep, no rest. We only ate one time, and that was like around 11ish or something. And like, that's the only time we was able to eat, because we wasn't really hungry. We was like nervous or whatever. So here comes the next day. Okay, so we're ready to depart. So we had to sleep at the airport for like, what time? 2, 3, and then we had to get back up at 4. We only had 2 hours of sleep, bro. 2 hours. And we was like on the plane. Finally got on the plane to go to Atlanta. And the plane was 4 hours. Yeah, the plane to Atlanta was 4 hours. We got some rest on the plane. We did get some rest on the plane. Let me stop holding this pencil. So we got some rest on the plane. So we got to Atlanta. It was like 9-10 in the morning that we got to Atlanta. We got there and we ate something. I ate Popeyes. My dad ate Wendy's. And mind you, we have not showered and it's 10 in the morning. Okay, so now we're ready. We got another ticket to go. You see how many tickets? Imagine how much money. How much does a ticket cost for 2 people? And you see how many tickets we had to buy. Like, that's a lot of money. Like, that is like more than what we spent the week in Mexico. Like, just on tickets, just tickets and tickets. So then we got our tickets to Atlanta. Let me show you guys mine. Okay, so mine. You see, Atlanta to Savannah. About time. It doesn't have the time. These tickets are kind of plain. Doesn't have so many details, so I don't really quite remember. So we got to the we're getting ready to board. So we get on the plane and we're ready to go to Savannah. So then we got to Savannah like around 1 or 2 in the afternoon of Thanksgiving. So we have not showered, like, once again, we have not showered. We're dirty, we look a mess, we're frustrated, we're ready to get home. So we finally got home. My mom picked us up from the Savannah airport. Finally got there. We learned our lesson not to travel with a expired passport, well, at least not out the country. It's just horrible. It's a very traumatizing experience for me because I really was like, I'm gonna stay in Mexico by myself. Like, I'm gonna be there for like the longest. Mexico was like once my home, and it's where I come from, but you don't understand, like Mexico. No, like, I was born and raised here, and I know that, like, I know my way around here, you know, like, I know how to get here and there and this and that. Mexico, I can't be walking on the street by myself. They're gonna steal me. I can't be doing this and that over there because they're gonna steal me. I can't be doing this and that because they'll just rob anything on me. It's just bad. So it's traumatizing to think, like, I'm really gonna stay here for half a month. Like, are you serious? Let me drink some water. So it's very, very traumatizing. We like got home safe. That's the good thing. Me and my dad got home safe. This man over here talking about some, you owe me your life. If not, you would have stayed in Mexico. Now you got to listen to me for the rest of your life. And he was just being funny. And I'm glad he stayed with me because he did keep me calm. Make sure I was safe. Make sure I was okay. Make sure I was fine, you know. I'm like thankful that I'm back home. I'm thankful for everything. And it took me a minute to do this video. It's probably been past a week since I got back home. It's just that I was trying to get this whole story time settled and to make sure I give you every type of detail added so I don't miss out on anything. But we learned our lesson. And you guys should learn your lesson. Don't travel out the country without a expired passport. Don't do that. Like, don't do that. You don't want to go through it. Like, we really travel from, like, I'm gonna draw it. Let's draw it. Okay. This is Mexico and this is United States, right? Don't judge it. Okay, so we really traveled. Let me see. Okay. We traveled from Mexico to Ciudad Juarez, right? Mexico to Ciudad Juarez. Let me put Mexico. By the way, Ciudad Juarez is in Mexico, but okay. From Mexico to Ciudad Juarez. This is the border, right? From Ciudad Juarez, we had to go to El Paso. So this is El Paso. Well, El Paso is all this, really. But we had to travel to the airport. So El Paso is all this, but the airport is like closer to the end of it. So from El Paso's airport, we had to travel here to Atlanta. Atlanta. From Atlanta, we had to travel to Savannah. So you see, like, we went from like, we had to do, like, travel the whole freaking thing. You ask me, we traveled the whole world. Like, we traveled the whole United States. I met El Paso. I met Ciudad Juarez. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, don't travel without a expired passport. Also, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any other video ideas I should do, comment down below, because I do need ideas. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'm out. Thanks for watching me.